Adrian, what was it like to get the first clean sheet for your team?
Pleased for the back four, well, back five in the end. Just said to him in there, they've had a lot of criticism. And the one area of our team which has been had a lot of praise is our attacking play. I thought it was reversed today. I didn't think thought our front four were not as good as they have been. Combination play and just being a threat wasn't as good as we have been, but I was pleased for the defenders because people who've been out to training, which a lot of you people have know how much hard work they put into it. So for them to get a clean sheet, and defend the box the way they did at the end of the game, I'm really pleased for them.
Can you explain what's going on with Coleman and Navarro, who were subbed out with injuries?
Coleman's had a slight hip problem, and we've been managing it, but he's been okay. And then today he got a kick on the calf, and he just said he couldn't go on. So, that was one of them. And Navarro was just shattered. I said to somebody after the game, I know Miggy's a crowd favourite here, and believe you me, nothing would give me great pleasure that he's playing so well that he plays every week. People have to understand it's been nearly 18 months that he's not played regular football, and it's going to take him a while to get into the groove and start to play the way that people have seen him. Today will go a long way for him. His confidence levels will go up. Obviously, getting another 85 minutes, whatever it was, under his belt, that will work wonders for him. So hopefully onwards and upwards for Miggy.
Can you talk a little bit about starting Ibsen tonight? And he was, kind of the offensive defensive midfielder, and really was a hub at times. Everything seemed to be going through him.
Proper player, top draw player. No, the one thing I've said since I've been at the club is, for natural ability, far and away the best player at the football club. But he's also showing now, I think, a real discipline of understanding of what's expected for him, especially if you play in the two-man midfield. The discipline on both sides of the ball is huge, and I think he's showing that. In terms of his ability and his quality, that's never been in doubt, because I've been doing this 40 years now, and he's one of the most talented footballers I've either been involved with watching play or coaching. So that's not a surprise.
Does tonight's clean sheet highlight how important chemistry is?
Well, it does, and obviously getting to know each other and getting to know. We've put so much work in the last 4 or 5 weeks, and when you keep conceding goals, you don't feel as though you're getting any reward for it, and you wonder if the penny's dropping with 1 or 2 people. But there was certainly 1 or 2 instances tonight that I looked and saw things that we've been working on consistently over the last 3 or 4 weeks, and hopefully that's a sign of things to come, because we certainly looked a lot more solid back there today.
If not chemistry, what would you say is the major catalyst for the improvement defensively?
Well, a lot of hard work, Monday to Friday, which we got to, the coaching staff can take some praise of that. Mark Watson's worked really hard with the back four over the last 4 or 5 weeks. But more importantly, they're also getting to know each other. They're getting to know each other. Bobby's obviously now settled in, and he did some really good stuff for us when we needed him. So hopefully that's the start of things to come. With a back four. With
week 8 in the books, Minnesota's currently 1 point out of the playoff zone, right? Do you think that's a fair assessment of how you feel this season?
I wish it was up with 1 game to go. But no, I think that we've gradually got better. And when you consider the start that we had, I'm pleased to be where we are. We've got another 2 home games to come. Let's see where we are at the end of this little homestand, because I keep telling the guys, I don't think they've got as much as belief in themselves as I've got in them. And we'll work hard. We're back here again tomorrow and get going and see where it leaves us for next week. Another tough game, but we want to keep winning at home. We want to make this a fortress here, and sometimes you get scrappy 1-0 wins. I've played in games where you don't really deserve anything. And I think attacking-wise tonight, we haven't been. It's probably the worst we've been attacking since the opening day of the season. But we got the result that I think the players deserve.
Coach, this starting lineup is what we're gonna see for the next matches. Same 11 players.
Hope so. Let's see. I think certainly the guys who have been in the team have worked hard the last few weeks. The very, very big point for us last week away in Houston. I think that there certainly won't be too many changes for next week if everybody's fitting well. We'll have to wait and see where everybody is tomorrow when they have a look at the physio.
Can you speak a little bit? I think it was around the 75th minute. There was an injury on the field, and Cronin and Ibsen were back there just organizing everybody, talking to everybody. Can you talk about that leadership a little bit?
Well, it's,
especially Cronin.
yeah, I think, you know, one of the things that we identified quite early on is we needed some more MLS experience. I think Cronin and Birch have got over 400 games between them. You couple that with Ipso's probably 500-600 game career. There's a lot of experience on the field now, and you know, I think that they showed that at times today, and they do a lot of stuff that probably goes unnoticed, but they're in the right spots that, you know, make people play different balls. So them two will work really hard tonight and did some really good stuff.
Is Rasmus Schuler still just recovering from his injury?
Yes.
And then, after the game, everybody joined hands, the
Mhm.
players did and did that. Was that an impromptu thing, or did you guys talk about how to
It
honor
certainly didn't come from me. I can guarantee you that one. You know. I used to be too tired to be singing and dancing with the crowd.
Justin Davis got a few minutes tonight left back on the five-man back line. How do you see his role moving forward with Birch having started every game so far?
Well, it's going to be the same. It's, you know, at some stage, like Justin Davis, like some of the other guys, is going to be needed, and then he has to, you know, come in and play as well as Birch is doing at this moment in time. But you know, the one thing about the lads is they come in every single day. The guys who've been left out, I call football attitude. Every single day they come in and train to the maximum, and they know they're going to have to wait for the time to come round. You know, Colin Warner's at it now for the last couple of weeks. I think it goes to show that I'm still trying to find out what my best 11 is and trying to find out what the best combination is. I think we're getting there, but it's time.
Coach, you've seen, it seems like over the past 5 games, a lot of resolve come out of your team in the second half.
Yeah.
Is there something that sparks in the locker room at halftime that makes the team so good or so dominant in the second?
It's normally my voice. It certainly was today. No, I think that, you know, this group trains hard, it works hard, and you know, I have no qualms that they're going to be able to see games out. Actually, I thought we started really slowly this evening and let the opposition take the initiative and started to control possession, which is something that I don't particularly like. Anybody who knows me knows that I'd like to control the game through possession, and we didn't do that tonight. But certainly we had a few words at half time, and I thought we were a lot better second half, so we had a good response from them.
Couple more for Adrian.
Good?
Thank you. Locker room is open.